So our college students are now home, and I was speaking with one the other day who actually shared a troubling story. She told me about one of her professors this past semester who would often leave the syllabus and suddenly begin instructing the class on all of the sins of Israel and the original sin of its creation, even snickering at the temple member or the college student when the student raised her hand and tried to defend Israel. And so, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was very clear that the professor's behavior did not facilitate learning for this child in our congregation. If anything, it silenced the student and prohibited learning, no longer facilitating the core mission of the university or the classroom, which made me pleased to hear this week that Harvard had adopted a new policy of institutional neutrality, stating that they will no longer issue statements on controversial topics outside of Harvard's core mission. And I'm proud not because this policy will solve the problems on campus and in the classroom. I think the problems are far too large for that. But I do believe that the new policy will help Harvard refocus on its core mission, which is so important in our society, which is to educate our students, to develop critical thinkers, to educate rather than advocate, to cultivate curious minds and kind hearts, and to facilitate an open and respectful and honest exchange of ideas, which happens to be a very different mission than the synagogue. Because whereas Harvard's mission is to educate and not necessarily advocate, the temple's mission is to do both. It's to educate, to steep one in Torah, to force people to learn and struggle and articulate their values, and then, most importantly, act upon them in community, granting us far greater power than we could ever achieve on our own. And that mission is summarized in our tradition by the familiar words tikkun olam. One can't have a Judaism without implementation of our values in the world. For Judaism recognizes that the world's not whole, and God created the human being to partner with God to make the world a better place, to repair the world. So the mission of the synagogue is not just to educate, but to advocate and to implement, which is very challenging when sometimes you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 groups in the synagogue, all wanting to advocate and implement issues, all thinking they're the most important group in the entire temple, all advocating sometimes on the same issue with different positions, and all based in Torah, but taking sometimes differing positions, which means it takes a unique person to serve as our community organizer in the realm of social justice. It requires a person with humility and a willingness to listen, a person who's patient and yet passionate, a person who's ready to do the hard work and repair that the world requires, but not do it all, because they need to leave space for other people to use their mitzvah muscles, and to create an open space that engages everyone and invites them in to this sacred work. And that's why this evening, it's a great joy to honor our outgoing community organizer, wherever she is, Jessica Friedman. So Jessica, who is smart and kind and caring, come on up, and able to gather the opinions and passions of a diverse community and help organize them and channel them to repair our world, is about to go on to Hebrew Union College and begin the rabbinic program there in Jerusalem. And I just want to say that the work you did here was really quite amazing. For it was your first full-time job, right out of Tufts University, and Jessica brought a maturity and a wisdom for which we'll always be very thankful, facilitating all kinds of new committees, which, Jessica, are you going to share a few of the committees that you worked on with the gift? Or should I? Do you have the gift? Allison has the gift? No one has the gift? We don't have the gift? Who is giving the gift? Am I giving the gift? Jessica, you are giving the gift, according to Allison, and
yes,
you don't even know what it is.
Unfortunately,
so you have about 4 minutes to decide with Allison and Ben who's giving the gift. Will you guys huddle in the back?
You're not going to find it back there.
But I want to say that we have an incredible number of committees, but just recently, Reproductive Justice, Eretz Climate Family Initiative, the Red Cross Blood Drive, Transgender Equity, 13th Tribe. She's coordinated so many collections and created and recharged a whole new set of programs within our Masim Tovim program, which is our social justice program for youth. And now she's about to go off, and we're going to miss her. So we wanted to honor you this evening and allow you to share a few words. And then we're going to ask for God's blessing upon you and, believe it or not, somehow give you a gift.
Wow. First of all, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciated that. Upon reflecting on my high school project, in which I shadowed Rabbi Philip Sherman, I delivered these exact words in a Devar Torah, June 2018. I will always hold on to the enlightening conversations about identity and social action with the education team who have helped me to think about continuing my work with Tikkun Olam after my time in Havaya. 6 years later, these words remain true to me and my experience at TBE. I also ended that Devar by saying, blessings will come. Often they fall right in our laps. Blessings are around us all the time. Will we be ready for them? For the last 2 years, I've served as TBE's Tikkun Olam community organizer, and I can say that over that time, blessings have certainly fallen into my lap. One particular event that encapsulates and represents so many blessings that I've received at TBE can be seen on the screen above. In true community spirit, the collaboration for our Martin Luther King Day event this past January was extraordinary. The Racial Justice Initiative was joined by our Caring Knitters, the Family Social Action Group, TBE Table, Adult Social Action, Havaya, and Beyachad to help our friends at Circle of Hope fulfill their mission to end homelessness. We had 7th graders helping 3rd graders making blankets, high schoolers overseeing toiletry kit making, TBE tablers cooking meals, knitters making hats and scarves, and community members sending postcards to our elected officials. Now those are pictures I want to be a part of. I have been so lucky to be amongst value-based, mission-driven people who want to roll up their sleeves and make a difference. My role has allowed me to lead with Jewish values and be a facilitator of mitzvot. TBE has given me the platform to engage with a variety of social justice causes, both locally and globally. The Aleinu prayer that we will say in just a few minutes concludes our service and reminds us of our most sacred obligation with the words Letaken Olam, to perfect the world under God's sovereignty. Those are not just words on a page. Here at TBE, we take them to heart and put them into action. In my effort to individually thank the many people who have mentored, supported, and helped me get here, I might miss someone. So instead, I would like to extend a sincere thank you and deep gratitude to the entire TBE community and all of the people who work here to make it truly a Beit Elohim, a house of God. This is not a goodbye, just a lehitraot. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Jessica, our superstar vice president of Tikkun Olam.
Just when everybody saw my panicked look and then Allison's panicked look, that was because Jess wasn't leading us in what we were supposed to be doing. Which shows you exactly how much we benefited so much from her guidance here and patience. And I wrote I'm sure everybody read it, in the mitzvah moments, the easiest thing I've had to write my whole tenure as VP of Tikkun Olam, which was a goodbye to Jess, and to say how amazing and delightful and wonderful she has made this position for me and for this entire synagogue, all the Tikkun Olam we've had the pleasure of doing. Just to quickly talk about the things that have come into fruition under Jess, we've had a new congregation for reproductive justice. We've had the 13th tribe has been created, the Eretz Family Social Climate Change. Our Masavim Tovim program has been completely revamped and re-energized. What am I missing? Who else? There's more. There's so many more. We have 21 initiatives that Jess oversaw during her time. So we don't have the present, which was part of the panic, but it's been ordered. It just didn't come. And it's a traveling Havdalah set, because you get 1 year in Jerusalem and a few years in LA, and then you can come back to your home and have a permanent Havdalah set.
And that is actually the picture of the Havdalah set that you can pack easily in your bag, and it comes apart with spices, a wine cup, and a candle holder, and we hope you'll use it often. So let us rise as we ask for blessing upon Jess and continue with the words of Aleinu, which she referenced in her words this evening, that prayer calling upon us to engage in deeds of social justice. And so just before you go to Israel, we ask for God's blessing upon you with the words, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, O God, God of our ancestors, bless Jessica Friedman, who has deepened our work of Tikkun Olam, the repair of our world. Bless her as she now moves to Israel for a year of study at the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion in Jerusalem. Protect her, watch over her, and inspire her to learn and to give, and may blessings keep falling in her lap for many days to come. And may her encounter with the land of Israel and its people transform her and uplift her. And may the people of Israel be bettered from her time there. And then may she return safely and ready to share lots of great stories, lots of new friendships, lots of newfound wisdom, and one day serve as a great leader amongst our people, never forgetting her time at Temple Beth Elohim. And let us all say,
Amen.
We continue on page 586, the words of Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabbat.